Happy Monday everybody and welcome to Coffee and a Card. My name's Amanda and I'm going to show you a different kind of card today that I was playing and came up with yesterday, and it's a tag holder. Tag holding card. I can't think of an elegant name. It's just a tag inside a holder. But it looks really pretty. So what we've got here is a little bit of a file folder type holder, and then you lift out and you've got a large tag with a tuck spot and a smaller tag. And we are using this Sew in Love. I've used the stamp set and the die set, which is called So Detailed. So they go together. And these are the dies. Let me quickly show you. And I've used this large floral one here for the tuck spot, and then I've used this one for the smaller tag. Okay, I just give you a little piece of advice for this larger one. I did put just a extra card shim on the top, just so that these, because it's a very delicate die, just to help that cut out a little bit easier. And on this one, we've used this A Day to Celebrate sentiment here. Absolutely beautiful set. Go together really well. And there are the matching DSP, which I've used. I've cut it all up, to be honest. I've used this one. The colours are Sahara Sand and Very Vanilla. It's like a lacy colour there, and then this one's got flowers on. So that's my piece that I've already cut up. So I'll show you the measurements and what I did. I started off with a card base in the Sahara Sand, and I measured it. I've pre-cut it to save time, but I measured it the same as how I normally do my cards. So I started with a piece 8.5 by 6, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. And then what I did was I put it in my trimmer and I cut off 3 1/4. Because this 3 1/4 here we're going to use for the tag, and this is now our little folder tuck. But we've started off with a normal card base, 8.5 by 6, score at 4 1/4, then you just trim off 3 1/4. All the measurements will be on my blog, so if you get lost, you don't quite know what I'm on about, nip on over and have a look. So I've just put red line tape on the bottom here, and I'm just going to fold that over, put that there where I know where it is, because I always lose stuff. I need my bone folder now when I don't know where it is. Where's it gone? I had everything laid out. No, it's gone. It'll turn up. It's here somewhere. No, it's gone. So I'm just going to score it with my pocket tool. There we go. So that can be set to one side now. We've done with that. We're going to concentrate on the tag. So this is the part that we cut from the original card base, and it measures 3 1/4 by 6. Now I have cut myself a tag template, which is what I always use, and I have it to one side, and whenever I'm making a tag I use the same one. So it is 3 1/4 by 6, and then you just trim off the edges, the corners sort of thing, and you can be really precise about it, and you can find the midpoint and measure it and this and this, but really just trim your corners off, it'll be fine. So what I've done is I've cut myself a piece of quite sturdy cardstock, and I have cut myself a piece of DSP, all the same size, 3 1/4 by 6. Then I've got my 2 die cuts here. Now this sturdy cardstock here, which is going to be sandwiched in between the tag to make it more sturdy, has come from the back of my DSP. When you buy DSP, you get a sheet of card at the back to keep it so it's not floppy. I use it, so that's what I've used. So I'm going to adhere it all together now. So I'm just going to put some glue on here all the way around. I can hear my dogs yapping. I hope the dogs start going bonkers. Well, if they do, they do. I'm just going to adhere my plain cardstock first on one side. And then on the other side, I'm going to put more glue. And put my DSP. Make sure it's the right way up. although at this stage it doesn't matter. I do apologise if you can hear my dogs. If they get really bad, I'll have to pause and go tell them off and come back. There we go. And if you've got anything that's not quite lined up right, just trim it off. It don't matter. Don't stress. Right, so I'm just going to trim that off. Like so. I'm happy enough with that. I'm going to bring my template over so that I can judge where to cut my corners off, which is there and there. Sorry if there was a quick delay there, I had to go and tell my dogs off. Right, so I've trimmed that now. They were doing me head in, barking at somebody going in the backfield. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this die cut, and I'm just going to attach it with red line tape. You could use wet glue, but I want it to be quicker because obviously I'm filming. Just trim that off like so. Lift that up. They're quite quick to do, and they're really nice. I mean, you can use this die shape in so many different ways. It's just absolutely divine. So there we go. So we've attached that there. Could have done with it being a bit more further over. So that's now created a little tuck spot that I'm going to put my tag in. So let me just do my tag, and I need to attach that to some Sahara sand cardstock. So I'm just going to use fuse to be quick. And here and here. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of a increment all the way around. I'm just doing it by eye, so maybe, I don't know, just a small gap. I've not really measured it. Like I say, I've just done that by eye. So I'm just going to trim again, just by hand, giving just a small gap all the way around. If you want it to be really precise, use your trimmer, but I'll just do it with my scissors. So that's that. Right, now I'm going to put a hole in this one. So I'm using my, I think it's, I don't know, the Stampin' Up! Do two sizes, and this is the smaller one. I can't remember the size, but this is the smaller one. Punch myself a little hole there. And punch myself a hole here, trying to find more or less the middle, but again I'm just doing it by eye. There we go, there we go. And I do have these, which I've just bought probably from Asda, if I'm honest. And it just they're just little reinforcements. I just think they look cute. You don't have to use them. Stampin' Up! Don't sell them. This is contraband. It's contraband. Shh! Don't tell my boss. Did I put it on the little one? No, I didn't put it on the little one. I just put it on the big one. Just gives it a bit more strength, so it's not going to rip. Right, so I'm going to do my stamping now. And I've chosen crumb cake. And I'm using this one, A Day to Celebrate. Move my fuse out the way. Oops, that way. Plenty of ink on. Make sure I've got it the right way up. Yeah, it's that way. I don't want to be stamped. Oh, yeah, it would matter because this hearts go a certain way, so it would matter if I did it the wrong way. Line that up as straight as I can. And then just try and put that sentiment nicely on there and hope that it does it nice, or else I have to start my video all over again. Yay! It's like walking through metal detectors in an airport. You feel like you need to celebrate because it's stamped perfect when you're doing a video. Now that is beautiful. Crumb cake is slightly darker than Sahara sand, but they're awesome together. And then what I did, oh, there's my bone folder. I've just found it underneath my ruler. I used Very Vanilla, so I'm just going to cut a length of that, like so. This is the bit of card making that I like. I like decorating them with other items because, you know, you can get ribbons and embellishments and all sorts of things from Stampin' Up, and that's the bit that I really enjoy, making things look pretty with ribbons. And the Stampin' Up ribbon is lovely, and you get quite a lot on a roll as well, and obviously it's in the right colours to match, so it's coordinating perfectly. You know, this is the same colour as the cardstock that I'm using, so you know, you don't have to start looking through your ribbon stash thinking what'll match. You just automatically know it's going to be spot on. I don't seem to be able to tie a knot today. Don't know why. My fingers aren't working. I'll pull that as tight as I can. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut it on the wonk, like that. Oh, that's not cut all the way through. You can burnish the ends with a lighter. I will be doing that probably off camera. Just want that a bit shorter to save time. And then I cut them at different lengths. I always do one shorter than the other, like so. So that's that done. That will tuck in there like so. Let's move that out the way. And then for the large tag here, I used Whisper White, which is very nicely just here. So I'll cut that like so. And I also just used this, which is white baker's twine, and I'll show you what I do with it. It just makes things look neater, and it helps you do pretty bows, basically, and I'll show you. I can just get that through there. I'll get my poker tool. Oh, come on, get in. Come on, get in. It does fit, because I did it on my sample. There you go. Right, now, the other good thing about the Whisper White is the satin is on both sides. So it doesn't matter how you tie a bow, you know, you're going to get the satin showing either way, which is a real bonus for a ribbon. And it's one of the fantastic benefits of Stampin' Up ribbon. Well, that one anyway. Is the, yeah, I think the double faced, that one's double sided as well, which is good. You know, it sounds stupid, but all these little things that add up to make your life just easier. So I'm using a little bit of the white baker's twine, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my ribbons together. It just looks neater than actually physically tying the ribbon in a knot, even though it can be a little bit fiddly, but it just gives you a nicer finish than actually tying those ribbons at the top there in a knot, which sounds a bit bonkers, but you know, just do it. I'm an expert, I know what I'm on about. Yeah, expert Nana. Anyway, so I'm tying it in 2 knots. That will now hold that ribbon in place. Okay, so snip that off, we don't need that. I'm going to get my ribbons to the length that I want. Again, I always do one slightly shorter than the other, like so. So now that slips in there like that, and that goes in there like that. Okay, how pretty is that? So now I'm going to do my bow. I do use a very cheap bow maker. I'm going to cut a length of ribbon, which will maybe be a little bit too long, but I always save my scraps so it doesn't matter. Right, I hold it like that, I wrap around, weave it, and then you go over the top, Ugh, it is fiddler. Over the top, underneath, pull it through there, under there like that, lift it up, and then it goes back through that loop, like so. All bow makers are different, you use yours however you want. Some people can just tie them with the fingers, the wrap round finger method, which is brilliant. I personally can't. Don't know if I've done that right actually, it doesn't feel like it's done right. I'm just gonna go around in an extra bow there. There we go. Remove my pegs. I've got a little double bow now, which is, oh dear, I can just adjust it a little bit, faff about with it. This is the reason why I don't normally do bows on camera, because I develop OCD when it comes to bows. Right, I'm not going to mess about with it. You get the idea, don't you? And then, what did I do? Yeah, I did what I call sailor. I'm just going to cut them a little bit shorter. Try and get them the same length, and then I do what I call sailor. I don't know why I call them sailor tails. You cut from the outside in, and it gives you that little spike on the end. Move all of that out of the way, and I can stick that on with glue dots. From experience, it holds it perfectly fine. And I'm just going to attach that to the top of my larger tag just to finish it off. And that looks really pretty. That don't want to lay straight. There we go. Now I'm just going to tie some more Whisper White around the card. Just get a bit more. Lay it on the top. Look how pretty that is. It's very simple, but very, 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 very pretty. And it's just a little bit different. So, I do like ribbons. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Firm like, but without bending your card. And then do it in a, what I call a tidy knot. You know, a bit like a tie knot. Like a shirt and collar tie, like that. As neat as you can. Pull it gently. And then just cut to a slant on one side, and then on the other side to the opposite slant. And we're done. So there you go, that's my coffee and a tag holder card. I hope you like it, I hope you'll give it a try. Thanks for watching. Right, I'm just adding this small amount into my video because I decided that it was just a little bit plain. So what I'm doing is I'm adding some basic rhinestone crystals just to make it just look that little bit extra special. So I'm just going to stick a couple of these. I've stuck a strip down here and some on the edge of the card there, and I'm just going to add a couple to this second tag here. Where shall I put one there? One there, and we'll have one of the larger ones up here, like so. Oh, slipped, like so. Now I'm happy with that. Tuck that in there. It just adds a little bit of sparkle and just gives that cardstock a little bit of a lift and just makes it that little bit more glam. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.